Hey guys, a long time ago I put up a video about cleaning your PlayStation with the fan test feature, and since then I've had several requests to do a take apart. Some people, I guess, just aren't comfortable in taking their PS3 Slim apart to clean it. I don't play mine all that much anymore, so it's really been neglected and collecting dust. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's pretty bad. So at this point the fan test would probably just make things worse. It's going to stir up everything that's in there. So I can go ahead and tell you, I haven't done this before, but I've done this sort of thing a million times before, so I just see it as a desktop computer. I can go ahead and tell you, you're probably going to need a tiny flathead screwdriver. I've seen some hex nuts, but I don't think they're Allens. You'll probably need somewhere along the line, I do expect to need a micro Phillips. I've got a terry towel to just protect the plastic. A cup of coffee, e-cigarette if you're into that sort of thing, and a regular Phillips screwdriver. This is magnetized to help get the screws out. I can go ahead and tell you on the back side, looks like there's a main cover, and this would be nicer if I had a cameraman. Let me show you where the hex screws are at. There's 3 or 4 hex screws along the right where the CD comes out, and I don't know yet if those are going to have to come out or not. They may not. It looks like this whole back panel comes off. There's a set screw here, and it seems to be for the CD-ROM. I'm not going to take that out unless I have to. Warranty sticker. And the rubber feet, leave these on. There's no screws underneath them. There will be 4 screws that you'll have to take out to get this bottom panel off, and they have these little plastic pieces that pop out, and you can pop those out easily with a little miniature flathead or just a small flathead screwdriver. So go ahead and pop those 4 out, leave the rubber feet on. There's no screws underneath them, and let me get this back panel off and I will resume. Okay, so there was a few more than I thought. Some of those rubber feet are actually inserts. There's only one rubber foot that you do not need to take off, and this is the one on this corner right here. It's right underneath the on and off button. So in all, there's my screw set: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long screws, and those go in each of these where these inserts pop off. You do have to take the warranty sticker off. They leave you one last screw there. I took the set screw out just in case. I don't want to warp any metal inside, and with the same tiny flathead I'm using to get the inserts out, I did have to take, there's 3 hex shape. I'll show you those up close. I've got the tool to do it, but they came out easily with a small flathead. So with the removal of the warranty screw, let me pop that out again. Disassembling and filming is not easy. So yes, mine is way out of warranty, so this doesn't concern me, and I'm perfectly comfortable doing this. But so far, other than finding a few extra screws, so far. This has been pretty easy. Turn it back over, and the back comes off. The top will lift up from the back side, and you can see the condition the mine's in. And some of you now can see why your discs won't read and your PlayStation gets hot. So I'm going to see what other components may need to come out, and my suggestion would be compressed air. So if there's any other major components that can be easily taken out, I will go ahead and take those out so I can blow it out the air compressor the best I can. But this is the first time cleaning this, and I mean, stuff was falling on me. I mean, this is pretty bad. So I'm going to set that aside. In fact, the plastic, I'll probably just rinse it off and let it dry. There's no metal parts to rust or anything like that. But all my ports are just caked with dust. I'm kind of embarrassed, to be honest. Looks like the fan comes out with 2 screws. Other than that, I don't think I'm really going to take a lot of hardware out. As a matter of fact, my air compressor is 120 psi, and I've got a feeling that'll do the job quite well. If I'm not happy with the way it blows the fan out, then I may take the fan out and get some alcohol and a lot of to clean the fan blades. But let's see what the air compressor will do, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back from the air compressor. Took longer to charge the compressor, really. 2 things I think really saved me from having to tear this thing way down. Number one, Sony did a very good job of really making this a dust-proof device. I didn't have to go very deep. One thing I did have to do is right here on the front, slide off your hard drive caddy. It's kind of hard to do here. This door slides off, and you pull your hard drive out. There's a little clip that comes down, and blow that out. There was a little bit of dust in there. So, in fact, hold on a second. You just slide that to the side if you've never done that before, and your hard drive, just grab this clip, and it just slides out. And just I got the air compressor way up in there, very good. So get that caddy back in. Make sure that's in there good, and slide the door back on. And what I do with my desktops when I clean them is it is safe to use something with ammonia, like just a Windex or a window cleaner, very lightly. I mean, don't drench the rag, but I use that on the surface, on the inside surface, and around the fan, and then just around all the ports and everything. And it looks almost factory. I'll do a functional test after I get it reassembled. If I really wanted to be picky, instead of taking that fan out, what I would suggest is just get yourself a handful of Q-tips and some alcohol, and just rotate this and clean each fan blade. But the other thing that saved me, besides it being such a good design, is I'm not a smoker. I do smoke electronic cigarettes, but if you're a cigarette smoker, the tar will just get in this and attract the dust, and you'll have no choice but to. I mean, it'll be obvious. It'll be so gummed up. But that most of the dust blew right off, and it left very little. So I'm not going to go any farther. I've cleaned up the casing, and it's got its nice factory shine back. A few scratches on the bottom. As far as the top, I'm going to rinse it in hot water and let that totally dry, and then I'll reassemble it, and I'll go through that. But it was that simple, folks. I've got total confidence. Like I said, I got confidence that y'all can do it. None of these major components really need to come out, unless you've got a CD-ROM failure, in which case you could take off these. You could take the unit out, take off these top screws, and I would not touch the optics inside, which is probably all that's wrong. Just once again, just take the air compressor to it. And when I was cleaning along this is the CD slot. I did not get the air compressor where it would blow dust up into it. Kind of just went along the side. But yeah, when you're blowing it out, don't get your nozzle of your air compressor up inside here. You're just, any dust that could be inside this will just get thrown all over the optics. But looking at the way it's designed, I mean, it's pretty tight. Another thing that helps is to there's a lot of vent holes that you can see through around all sides. Get the air compressor up in there from both the bottom and the top, and that'll help out a lot. Where I found the most dust was naturally in the fan, and then down in these crevices here, and over here. And then, like I said, I did have some dust accumulating in my hard drive caddy. So let me get the top cover clean, and we'll reassemble. So there she is, all back together. Looks almost factory new. Went back together with a breeze. No screws missing. When you put the cover back on, you can start all your screws, but don't tighten them down. If you try to start tightening them all down, one side or the other may not line up correctly. It's just a nice tight fit. So yeah, get them started, and then make sure both sides are seamless and that it's totally together, and then go corner, and just slowly tighten all the screws, or one side may not come together quite right. So yeah, all the feet are back on. It's been a while since I've had it hooked up, so I gotta find my controller and a test game, and I've got a new got a new HDMI cable, and let me go find a monitor to connect it to, and we'll do a functional test. PlayStation's all back together. It's nice and clean. And I didn't hurt anything. It's running cooler, and I'll just I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know where all my games are at, but I'll just launch The Force Unleashed and just show you that everything's working fine. A real test would be Grand Theft Auto 4. That game's terrible about crashing on CD reads, but that's more the way the game's designed. It's not really the PlayStation's fault. So anyway, let me start the game. Get into some actual gameplay so that I started a new campaign. Probably play. I've never really beat this game, so I'll probably play through it, and everything's working fine. So don't be afraid to take it apart. It wasn't hard at all, and the way it was designed, you don't really need to take major components out. As long as you get that top cover off and do a thorough cleaning with an air compressor, you're just fine. So I'll move around a little bit just to get the frame rate going. Can't play with one hand, but anyway. Working just fine. So if you want to clean your PS3 the proper way, then there you go.